Hi there everyone, I'm Rachel and welcome back to Conversations with Dental Friends, the podcast for dental professionals who want to do things differently. Whether you're looking to level up, redefine what success means for you, or just actually enjoy your career again, you're in the right place. Today's episode is a bit of a shift in pace in the best way. I'm chatting with Jack McHugh, who's recently taken the leap to entrepreneurship with his new venture, Lighthouse Dental Company. Now, if you're listening from Ireland or even up in Scotland, chances are you already know Jack, or at least know of him. He spent years in the dental supply world, most recently with McHugh, before deciding to go out on his own, launching a company that supplies dental equipment and handles surgery fit-outs. I wanted to bring Jack on, not just because he's genuinely such a nice guy, but because his journey is something you can all learn from. Whether you're thinking about setting up your own practice, starting a business in the dental space, or even pivoting into something completely new, Jack's story is full of insight, transferable lessons, and honestly, a lot of inspiration. Just before we dive in, a quick favour, if you're enjoying the podcast, please hit follow. It takes 2 seconds, but it really helps more people find us and it means you won't miss an episode. All right, let's get into it. Here's Jack's story. This podcast is sponsored by Dürr Dental, a company that's been setting the standard in dental innovation for over 80 years. Whether it's their ultra-reliable suction systems, world-class hygiene solutions, or cutting-edge dental imaging technology, Dürr Dental supports dental professionals who take their craft seriously. Check them out at durdental.com because excellence starts with the tools you trust. And of course, a huge congratulations to Oratol celebrating 60 incredible years this year. Happy birthday, Oratol. Here's to many more years of innovation and excellence. I truly couldn't imagine the dental industry without you. So happy birthday from Conversations with Dental Friends. Hello there, Jack.
Hello.
Welcome to Conversations with Dental Friends. Today we're sitting down with Jack McHugh from Lighthouse Dental Company. Jack, I love this episode because this is going to be a little bit different to other guests that we've had, but I'm all about diversity, changes in thinking, changes in mindset, which I love. So how did you first get started and what does your role look like right now?
So I came from a medical background.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I was a medical engineer and working on various different bits of medical equipment. I've always enjoyed how things work and understanding how they work from my own perspective. So I can sit and read a manual for days and still think to myself,
And you enjoy?
I want to open it up. I was the sort of child that when they got toys for Christmas, toys were great, but I wanted to make something out of the boxes. I worked in the medical sector as an engineer and I really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed helping people as much as working on medical equipment.
So you finished school and went straight into doing engineering from the medical perspective then?
Pretty much. I came out of school and didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I thought the best course of action was to get into something that you could turn profit at fairly quick. Sure. A good trade.
Yeah.
So I did my...
So smart.
Yeah, well, I thought I was surrounded by a family of people who were in a certain type of job and then people who were in the building industry. Yes. And the people in the building industry were always happier than the ones that were in a different industry.
Yeah.
So I decided then to pursue a career, and I did a bit of research as well, and there was a massive need for good heating engineers, plumbers, stuff like that, and electricians. So I ended up doing both of those trades.
Wow, together at the same time?
Well, pretty much. So I worked for an electrician. I worked for an electrician nights and weekends, and then went with him full time because, as I say, I really enjoyed it. Sitting down, yeah. I did a lot of studying in the background and other things. I was trying to balance up what I enjoyed more, studying or working.
The practical side of the hands-on.
Yeah, I love practical.
Yeah.
So yeah. I did that. I learned a wee bit about the building industry, and then I got involved. I actually went down a different rabbit hole around nightclubs for a while. But then you get to the point where you're sleeping all day. I'm going to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm eating. I'm going to work.
Yes.
I'm getting up in the morning. As someone with a young child,
you're nocturnal.
You become nocturnal. And then I thought, I need a more stable career. What am I really interested in? But I like to talk to people. I like to, if there's an issue, that's what's the problem? What can we do? And I enjoyed the medical. I worked for a really good company with a really good boss.
And that suited your family life then better, I guess.
It massively, yeah. So I took on the engineering department there and really, really enjoyed it. I did a lot of pediatric work, which was really tough.
Yeah.
At the start, I thought this is fantastic, and we were doing sort of specialist walking equipment, specialist stuff, and I found the pediatric stuff after a while to be very hard as a young father. So I decided then to open my net a wee bit and start using social media to promote what I was doing to sort of open up opportunities, and that's where I grew my LinkedIn from.
Yeah.
And the LinkedIn's been a fantastic tool. I mean,
I've only really got into LinkedIn recently.
yeah,
And kick myself
yeah,
that I didn't
yeah.
lean into LinkedIn
It's great.
a bit earlier. And my husband's brilliant on LinkedIn and he does these fab like blog posts. It's hard to be everywhere, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
It's hard to be everywhere and it does take up quite a bit of time to be present regularly on these places.
Absolutely.
But you've obviously had a massive success with that, with LinkedIn.
Absolutely. I think of about 9,000 people on it now, all medical and dental.
Fabulous.
I think pretty much every dentist in the UK and Ireland has received a friend request. At this stage, it's tricky, but again, I just tried to understand it as a platform and understand what people wanted to see. And I do love the dynamic of it. So I like to keep everything very personal. And this is even from our Instagram, I like to keep things a bit lighter because the shift that I've noticed in dentistry massively recently, everyone talks about the digital curve where everyone's going digital and they are, and it's 100% true, and there's some amazing digital products out there. But another curve that I've noticed is that, and it's a worldwide thing, people are buying businesses a lot younger.
Yes.
And those young people coming to uni are very tech savvy. We're sponsoring an end of year dinner for Queens. It's something I'm very good, very, very happy to do. They're a great bunch. I'll get to go down and meet them and discuss what we do, and that's future custom for us.
It absolutely is, because right now I'm very interested in business generally, and I'm interested in investment, and I've talked before last season about how I love the podcast Girls That Invest and things like that. And what people are looking to do now, younger people, is buy businesses and update them. So you've got a good business there and bones of a good business. And that's exactly what a dental practice is like.
Absolutely.
It's not really like buying a laundrette. Obviously, you have to be a qualified dentist to work there.
You do.
But it's a bit like buying that business that needs a little bit of an injection of passion, enthusiasm, investment. And these now, because of social media and YouTube podcasts, there's so much information available to these young dentists. They're ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're not thinking about it in the same way as maybe my generation. That always makes me sound old, but like my generation coming out, where you think, oh, I must work as an associate for 10 years before I start my own business. It's a completely different mindset now with the younger graduates coming out, which I love. I think that's really exciting.
Absolutely. And it's really good to see young dentists wanting to buy practices now, as you say, rather than waiting to their mid-30s, 40s, because people want to retire early as well. I try to relate to that because the massive shift is before in dental engineering, there was a certain number of customers and people used who they used.
Yes.
Which is
they're long-standing relationships, definitely. And you worked for BF McHugh, as we know, for a while, a long time actually. And you've built up those relationships there. You know, that work ethic that you have.
I went to Mulholland's then and had a great relationship with Mark, the previous owner. He taught me a lot. I was feral. I ran wild, but my figures were great. I managed the engineering department too, so the engineering department was growing massively. I'd grown the equipment sales channel by nearly 300%. And had grown the engineering revenue by over 320 something percent.
Wow.
So because I was
massive numbers,
given that free rein and that trust, and trust is a big thing in my life. So really enjoyed it. He said from day one, this is your own little business.
It's your baby, yes.
This is up to you how it does. So I got the experience of basically running a business within a business in the dental industry.
Like a mini CEO.
Pretty much, yeah. But I knew from day one to truly be good at a sales role, I needed to really understand the equipment. I moved into a bigger corporate role in the UK, so I was away a lot. Pretty much every week, Monday to Friday, I was in Scotland or England. People would think that living out of a suitcase, bouncing from hotel to hotel is glamorous. Let me assure you, it is hideous.
Yeah.
It is absolutely horrible. And I like everything to be in its place. So every time I was getting to the hotel, I was putting my stuff in drawers. I was setting out my wee overnight bag. There was days I was up in Thurso, which is beside John O'Groats. The next day I was in the Borders.
Wow.
I think in that sort of 22-month stretch in Scotland, I did nearly 60,000 miles.
Oh my goodness.
Which is colossal, and it's tiring, and it's very hard on your body
Mentally too.
Mentally draining, and trying to stay on top of everything. So it was a lot of hours. So we would be up from 5 and bed for 10, and trying to get a gym session in between.
That's a lot.
It was a lot. And
has to give somewhere.
It really does.
There's a ceiling limit to that, really.
Absolutely. Whenever I was away, a lot of dentists were ringing me for advice and equipment from Ireland. I'm thinking about getting this. Who should I get it from? I'm thinking about getting this building work done. Do you know someone?
Yeah.
And I was doing all that to help people, which I was happy to do. But I did then understand that it's something I could probably do and create a business out of it. And I knew that I had a bit of a niche product.
And you launched your own business then, Lighthouse Dental Company, in 2025.
I did.
It's a new business. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How many years have you been working within the dental industry now then?
7.
7. So
Yeah.
you've had that 7-year itch.
Yeah.
And you decided.
I had itch from day one.
Yes.
You know, it wasn't possibly my plan to start a full business.
It never is, Jack.
Yeah, but it just happened. I always wanted to be my own boss. I do a wee bit of sort of consultancy work for a company, people who want to understand the dental market. I do a bit of that too. Probably something I couldn't do full time. I need to be kept active. I need to be kept accountable. I need to be kept on the ball. Because for me personally, the way that I'm wired, if I'm not constantly at something, you either lose yourself or lose your mind.
Yeah.
And I like to be busy, and I'm doing incredibly big hours. I mean, I'm the bookkeeper, the assistant engineer, the driver, the parts guy, the accountant, the owner, the managing director, the decision maker, the HR department.
Yes.
You know, Mum keeps telling everyone she's the company secretary. She had to do everything. I was very selective in who we picked as equipment partners. We've picked what we want to sell. I'm being really stringent on that. So we're only selling the best of best products.
I love that.
You can buy anything online now. You can buy anything.
It's like it's Jack approved.
It's Jack approved.
You've rubber stamped it.
With Jack's liver approval, which means absolutely nothing in everyday life, but in dentistry it might have a tiny wee bit of something about it. The relationships with customers are my most important thing. Second, that is my relationship with suppliers.
Yeah.
Because I know that if I ring them, say I've got a great customer, they're down a bit of equipment, can you pull a few strings to get me in a few days? Generally, they'll say yes.
They will.
Yeah.
And that's good. And that's where that strong background has paid dividends, which I think is really brilliant. So let's talk about Lighthouse. What is it, and what kind of impact are you hoping to have on the dental industry through the work that you're doing?
So obviously we're a business. With Lighthouse, I thought I wasn't naive enough to think I could run it 3 or 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
Because I don't want that either. I wanted it to be a life-consuming thing.
You're doing it for you, though. You're not doing it for someone else.
No, absolutely.
It's not someone else's business.
Yes, 100%.
And you know you can put that dedication in because you've already done it.
Absolutely. And where we would differ, I think, massively is the building services that we offer through our building partner. So we can go into a dental practice and from your car park to your fire exit, we can do everything.
Yeah.
Your flooring, your lights, all your electrical work, all fully insured. And everyone who works with us has all their great qualifications. And I'm the guy that we do all the work with. He would be as bad as me, where I'm so meticulous, and if something's not right, I'll not just say, well,
it'll do.
It'll do. Even if it cuts into our profit, you're doing it again.
Yes. What I really love about Lighthouse is it takes away that project management that you would be doing yourself as a clinician. And let's remember, we haven't went to university and learned any of these external skills. I know there are some courses that provide it, but running a business, first of all, that's massive. Setting up a dental practice, that's massive. refit, refurb, project management. Yes, there might be some people that are interested in it. I love interiors. I love interior design. That's not a chore to me, but that's a chore to someone else.
Yeah.
And that's a barrier for them moving forward and achieving their full potential. So to take that off their plate with Lighthouse, I think is huge. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, and it's something I really enjoy. I love the working with hands, the building aspect of it. But where we probably differ too is my biggest concern is when we walk into dental practice is building trust. But also if we're working in a surgery, if we're refurbing a surgery, that's lost revenue for a dentist.
Yes.
So not only do they have the outlay of the new cabinet, the floor and the paint and the lights, the new chair, whatever way they want it set up, they're also losing revenue. And in some practices, that can be a lot of money. You're also then sending an associate dentist, your surgery's out of use for a couple of days, we don't have a spare one for you. A dentist is then personally losing revenue.
Yes.
So we would go in, for example, on a Friday end of day, have it ripped out over the weekend, rather than it taking 2 weeks, we've it done in a week.
Yes.
Or rather it taking a week, we've it done in 3 or 4 days. And also understanding that you can't just be trailing stuff in through the front door. Gone are the days of going to a dental practice and it's like walking into some sort of a lab.
Yeah.
Now you walk into dental practice and there's times
It's like you're walking into your living room.
or a spa and it's beautiful. And you have to understand then that if you're bringing stuff in through the door, people who have bought the experience of going to that dentist don't want to see builders and engineers trailing stuff through.
You need to be
a ninja.
Yes.
You need to get stuff in through the windows, come down the chimney, or do it out of hours. And we're very happy to do that too. And a lot of people aren't.
Yes.
I'm happy to do it. We're happy to do the late hours and the early mornings, and it just works really well. I want the dentist to walk in and their first reaction is, wow. I want shock. I want to be able to feed off that because that helps me for the next project. I want a dentist to say, oh, well, I knew it would be good, but wow.
You want it to be like the patient equivalent of a smile makeover.
Exactly.
Yes. And it's nice to give the dentist that.
It's lovely.
It's nice to give the practice owner that. I love that.
They're providing that for people every day. And it may seem silly to people, but I really enjoy that. You know, I really enjoy that.
They deserve that too, for sure. So Jack, what inspired you to integrate design into your business model, and how do you see this holistic approach benefiting dental practices now?
The surgery design, it's vitally important. Not every dentist does the same type of work, and not every dental surgery is specifically for one dentist, especially now. So we might have a dentist who's very much surgical and they don't want the same setup as someone who's doing hygiene work or someone who's doing general dentistry. So I think it's very important to understand that every dentist is going to be different. So like the norm of having cabinetry running around the wall in a dental chair to be so many mil from a practice to give them operation room. What if the dentist wants a surgical trolley? That takes up another 300 mil of the dentist's operating room. What if a dentist doesn't want to have a spittoon? So if there's other things to take into consideration too. The space that you have, we did a great project for a really wonderful dental practice in East Belfast that have the nicest team. We love to go and see them. We always bring them buns. We always get a hug on the way in the door and a lovely coffee, and it's a lovely place to go.
That's so great.
And we really enjoy it. They had a roof space. They wanted to convert it to a dental surgery.
Oh
Countless
my
people came
Why
out and said,
does this not surprise me?
Yeah, countless people come out and said, it's not the right size. I came out and said, it's not the right size for a full chair package, but
what can we do?
There's 100 options. Let me get my pen and paper. I'll do a CAD drawing tonight. I'll come up with something class. Turned out amazing. It's their favourite surgery and it's the smallest.
It's like the Harry Potter surgery.
Yeah,
I love it.
Exactly.
I love it.
And it worked really well for them.
Jack, starting a business is a huge step. What gave you the confidence to take the leap, and how do you know when that time's right?
It's so the age you'll say, is there ever a right time
to
jump into the fire?
There's not.
No. So I worked for a massive corporate company. It's not me. I'm not a massive corporate guy, but I climbed the ladder and I did well. I've always lived life feeling that I'm two people with ADHD. So there's me who I think's a great fella. And then there's me that other people get to see. They would be my two main characters. There's loads. There's sometimes there's Jack who just
there's a whole cast.
He just wants to look out the window and get emotional. Or there's sometimes there's Jack who gets so excited he tries to do cartwheels. But generally I've always lived my life as trying to be normal, and you know that didn't benefit me.
Yeah.
That didn't benefit me at all. So I just sort of thought, I overthink and I worry and I consider every option. And that's a superpower in a business.
Yeah.
It really is. So with working in the corporate and being a different person every day, like being what people thought was normal and using the big corporate phrases and doing stuff that I wasn't massively comfortable with doing, because I know we could have done a better job a lot of the time, but it was all down to profit. I want to have enough to pay my bills, and I'm comfortable with that. And whatever we do in between, as long as it's done to the highest standard, I think being comfortable as well is not something that I like. Comfort's an incredibly addictive thing.
Yeah.
So I was comfortable.
Yeah.
Just the mundane, this is what we do, this is the system I use to do it, punching numbers, sitting in an office. I was comfortable. And I knew that I could do something that challenged myself and that we could provide such a good service to people. So I guess there's no real good time to start a business, but I just seen markets were changing, and I seen that there was a cry out from customers from getting, when are you coming back to Ireland? I haven't seen you in ages. Do you want to grab a coffee? So I thought, I've made some really great friends through dentistry as well. Dentists, some really good people that I really love.
Yeah.
And wasn't getting a chance to see them and wasn't getting a chance to do anything. So I just thought, now's the time.
Mm-hmm. And I think
Just do it.
so many of our listeners will relate to that message about comfortability.
Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by Lighthouse Dental Company, your partner in creating beautiful, functional dental practices. From equipment supply and servicing to full refurbishments, including flooring, cabinetry, electronics and plumbing, they manage the entire project so that dentists can focus on what matters first, their patients. You can explore how they bring practices to life at lighthousedentalcompany.com. That's like a real kind of battle that I kind of have with myself. I mean, every January I go through a reset of what am I doing? Yeah, what am I doing? What do I want to achieve from this year? What are my goals for this year? I don't want to be comfortable. I kind of like, as a personal policy, I always want to think, what can I do that's better? What can I do that's new? How can I keep learning? How can I be improving on myself day on day? And I think that's such a relatable message that so many people, especially dentists who have their own business, that really resonates with them as well. So you made the leap and you did it.
I did it.
Do you feel proud of yourself?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I'm my biggest critic. Like, no matter what, I'm happy I've done it.
Yeah.
And I'm also my biggest critic. I sometimes struggle with the balance of self-praise and arrogance.
Sure.
I'm not a fan of arrogance. And
Absolutely.
especially in the environments that I'm in. I'm either in the gym or I'm in work.
Yeah.
Arrogance in the gym, it's like, bleh.
Yeah.
You know, arrogance in work, it's the same feeling. So I've always been my own biggest self-critic. Now, I can't take time to say, well done, like that. But in the same hand,
Yeah.
a lot of the time I'm like, you did that at 99%, there's 100% in there.
Yes.
Everything I do in life, I want to do it not to prove to others that I'm good at it.
And I think having that mindset is actually really great as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, because you want to be deep diving into all aspects of your business.
Absolutely.
And thinking about how you can make every one of them individually better. Yeah. And that's good. I think it is good to have moments of gratitude and think, as you say, you know, well done, big lad, you've done that. You can be reflective and think, wow, this time last year I didn't have a business, now I have my own business, that's great. But it is always important, as you said initially, not to get comfortable, don't rest on your laurels. Yeah. Where are we going for 2026? And I really admire that, and I think that's really inspiring. Jack, you're still in the early days of Lighthouse, but the first 100 days of a new business can teach you a lot. What have been the biggest lessons or surprises so far?
It's silly. So the biggest lessons, I guess, I like to research, I guess. When I was fortunate, I was able to put together a pretty good business plan, and then I bounced it off 4 or 5 different people, and they were ultra critical. My feelings were hurt. Yeah. And that's good. I don't mind that. So I bounced all the other small business owners and even as a big supplier in the industry, I was like, can I get an hour of your time? This is what I want to do. I bounced it off them. And like, yeah, I get that. We understand that, but this is what we think would help, and this is what we think would be better. And I took it all into consideration, weighed up the good and the bad. I guess what I've learned is that it's a small industry. People want an honest job, a good job for a fair price, and that's what we provide. We cap our college to an hour because if it's a big bugbear for dentists, they're paying 3 or 4 hours to get an engineer to site at £100 an hour. That's not on.
Yeah.
That's not great. We cap ours to an hour. We only charge 75 an hour labour because we have very small overheads and consider it. Like, I'm so fortunate on max 1 hour call out. So even if I'm sending guys to Dublin and it's 3 hours away, they're not going to get charged more than an hour's call out.
Yeah.
Or if we're sending some up to Derry, London, Derry, 2 hours, they'll never get charged more than an hour. And that's just what we're going to continue to do and keep our rate a wee bit lower. It's great for us because it attracts business, but it's also great for the dentist because it's saving them a fortune.
Exactly.
You imagine if you have 10 call-outs a year, say there's 10 or 15 hours addition and you're saving £15 an hour. It all adds up.
And also great for you guys because you want to be away and on to the next thing.
Yeah, in and out.
Yeah.
See you later. A friend of mine owns a big building in Belfast. We have an office in it. Perfect. We have a farm shed at home. Yes. Keep equipment there. We didn't go out and buy fancy vans. I've bought 2 small vans that are so fuel efficient. They're grand. They're 100%. Perfectly perfect. They do us, sit us down to the ground. So lesson wise, I think that it is a very small industry. Second guess everything.
Yeah.
Look at it from three approaches. So have your view on it. Look at it how it's going to affect your customer and look how it's going to affect your overall business. It's very important to look at it that sometimes the outcome for the business might be the best outcome for the customer. So it's about weighing that up and understand that I'm going to have to take a hit here, but in the long run, build my relationship, and which is so important. It's a big industry for rumours. Yeah. When I put on socials that I was on garden leave,
yes,
I heard rumours about me that I was amazed.
Really?
I was amazed. And if people are talking about you negatively or positively, they're talking about you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
There's
and I
no
really
such thing as bad publicity.
There certainly isn't. But I was hearing that I had big corporates were financing this, that mummy and daddy were financing this. I can hand on heart say that I haven't received a single penny.
Yeah.
I sold my house. I live with my parents now.
Yeah.
I pulled together my savings. I went without. I cancelled subscriptions. I got rid of my car. I only use one gym now, which is sort of normal for a lot of people rather than 3. I stopped going to get my sports massages for it helped. Like, I changed so much about my life to be able to start this business. So it wasn't hurtful that people were saying, oh, he's obviously got a corporate backer or he's doing this, he's doing that. Every single penny for this business has drained everything that I had, which is good.
That nearly makes me emotional, Jack, because I just find I love that in someone, and it's like that analogy of burn the lifeboats. There's no other way other than making it work.
You have to make it work.
And I think that business is sacrifice.
Businesses?
There's very few businesses and business owners that we might have a very pretty picture painted on social media through all different kinds of business, but business is sacrifice.
Business is.
Yeah.
And the painting the picture on social media, it's become the norm. But there's nights that I'm sitting looking at our bank accounts and looking at what we're still owed and looking at invoicing and knowing that in 4 weeks' time we're going to be great. But it's the next 4 weeks, I have to pay wages, I have to pay insurances, I have to pay taxes, I have to pay VAT, I have to put fuel in the vans, I have to buy equipment, I have a lot of stuff to do. And we've been very fortunate we took off quite quickly.
Yeah.
But we're still a very small business. And a lot of people have understood that and have paid their invoices there and then.
Yes.
Other people, and I get that, people have their own cash flow issues, but I put everything I had into this business to keep the cash flow as good as possible. So we're good. Yeah. We're good, but there is always that worry that something will go wrong. What if one of the vans explodes? What if they don't know that someone steals some of the tools? What if something goes wrong in site and I feel compelled to fix it rather than walking away?
Yes.
Lucky we've got a builder, so that's all pretty good. I don't envision this company having any more than 5 engineers because at that point I lose autonomy. I lose control.
Yeah.
And I think where we really strive and do so well is the fact that I'm a real control freak and I can stay on top of it, and I understand the industry.
Yes.
So I'm in a good position to stay on top of everything, and a good position to make those decisions, which I'm going to make them pretty quick.
Yeah, you do need to be quick on your feet with some things, and you have to be flexible, don't you, as well, and be willing to pivot, especially in the first few days of a business, and of course do a lot of the work yourself, which you're already doing.
Yeah. Even bringing equipment into the country is a minefield.
I'm sure it is, with
It's incredible.
all of the legislation and changes
And it
now.
changes every week. Like,
Yes.
if you had asked me what an AORI number, an XAORI number was, or your TTS number 6 months ago, I would have assumed it was something, I don't know, is it how you log on to Netflix or something?
Is it your star sign?
Is it your star sign? Yeah, I don't know. Is it? I don't know. But now I've had to learn a lot. But it's about surrounding yourself with the right people. I have a lot of friends that own similar businesses to me in the UK.
Okay, yes.
And they have been phenomenal. Like,
Yes.
I mean, phenomenal help. They're helping me get equipment. They've helped me set up partnerships. They've helped me with the mundane
Yeah.
that people don't want to do in business.
The
but you have to.
non-sexy side of it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The stuff that's like, you know,
Grim.
yeah, how do you stay on top of invoicing? How do you do this? How do you do that? How do you politely say to a dentist your 30-day payment terms are up? Come on.
Yes.
I'm a small business here.
Yes.
I need to pay wages.
Yes.
How do you do that politely? Even with things like that. And then I've got a person here who runs a business, and she's been a phenomenal help with all this. She understands me so well. She knows that I'm wired a wee bit different. She knows that my attention span on things that I'm not that I don't truly love, like the bookkeeping side, the all that nonsense. She's jumped in and helped me so much. She's a godsend. I keep saying we don't want to be the biggest, just the best, and that's generally what we want to be. I don't want it to get to a point where I have 20 engineers and I don't have full control, and people are phoning and getting bounced from call centre to call centre, from staff member to staff member. I do everything. If my phone rings from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m, and I keep people up to date. If I order parts for someone, they know. I WhatsApp them that night, parts ordered. UPS are saying 3 days. We'll be out saying Thursday. Yeah. And if we're not coming out on Thursday, I WhatsApp them. I'll let them know. I'll keep everyone up to date.
And people appreciate that because, again, that's impactful for their business delays.
And they can change diaries. They can make, put things into place to help that.
So, Jack, you're juggling a lot: suppliers, fitters, clients, your team, which is you, and your mum, social media. The list goes on. How do you stay on top of it all, and what's helped you keep everything moving forward?
Having a good time. It's me and Stephen at the moment, and then my mum, and then Gloria. Yes. Who's our parts specialist. She's a Labrador. Yes. Not human. Having hyper focus has been an absolute blessing. It's tiring as well, but it's been an absolute blessing that I can really focus in on it. So staying on top is if I don't do it, who's going to? Yeah. This is adulting. Yes. I don't have anyone to fall back on. If I don't stay on top of everything, there's going to be a couple of outcomes. Business fails. We'll let customers down. Or we become that company that are okay. Yeah. None of those things sit me. No. None of those things are what I want, and none of those things I'm going to let happen. So I have no choice but to stay on top of everything. Stephen's an incredible engineer, and my view is he's the best. But when it comes to helping with all the other stuff, it's not his forte. He can't do it. So I stay it all. Just having a bit of fun, and, not taking yourself too seriously, because that wee bit of downtime while you're up against it can make it a lot more enjoyable. It does teach you as well to be very efficient, I think, with your time, and don't waste time. No. Scrolling isn't something, everybody loves a little scroll, but as a business owner, you can't really scroll, I'm sure, for 2 uninterrupted hours on TikTok. Scroll. Anytime you're on your phone, it's doing something for your business. It's always productive. TikTok's the worst. People say, and a lot of stuff you read is that your time's your most important asset. For me, kindness is. Yeah. I think that time, you will never get it back. I understand that. But if you're spending your time wisely, I think that kindness is something that should be in that category. Yeah, that's really good. A lot of our listeners, Jack, are working behind the scenes in dental practices, practice managers, front of house teams, dental hygienists, dental therapists, associate dentists.
People who really understand how a practice runs and who have amazing, amazing ideas that would benefit dentistry as a business. For someone in that position who has an idea or is thinking about starting something of their own, what advice would you give them on turning that into a reality?
Just do it.
Just do it, exactly.
I mean, you're going to look back in 5 years and think, I should have started my business 5 years ago. Because in 5 years, a business is going to be successful or it's not.
Yes.
A year, 6 months into a business, you're either going to be in top or you're not.
Yeah.
So why waste that? Just go and do it. But I would say do it cautiously.
Yeah.
Everyone's your friend until you're the competition.
Holla. Yeah.
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 And it's amazing.
Uh-huh.
You know, until you start to take bread from their table, everyone wants to be your chum.
Yeah.
And then it's different. And it goes back to the business is business, you know, and that was a business decision. Just be kind as well. You know, you can't put bad behavior down to it was a business decision. So just always be kind as well, because that'll do you well. And there's enough for everybody here. So we don't need to be going around bad mouthing and telling that other companies are useless, because
absolutely
they all have their strong points. Save as much money as you can.
Yeah.
Stop having Chineses.
Yes.
Stop it with the takeaways.
Yeah.
You
Stop
don't
buying
need
that coffee.
You don't need 3
that
flat
matcha.
whites a day.
No.
You know, the boba tea, can it? There's no need for it. Monster Energy, it's gross anyway. Have a unique selling point, the USP.
Yes.
What makes you different? What is your standout? It's a big crowd. What is going to make the light shine on you? Why are you going to be the person that people are looking at?
And everyone's good at something.
Everyone's good at
Everybody has that something that makes them. Did you ever see You, Me and Dupree? And they talk about in it it's like your name and your ness at the end. So it's like your Jackness.
Yeah.
And your Jackness is different from my Rachelness and everything else. Yeah. And it's important to really think about that, find out what you're good at, and then use that to propel you forward. Because if you're doing something you're good at, you're not working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though I say no matter how good you are at what you do and how much you enjoy what you do, no one likes bookkeeping.
No.
It's a big bugbear. Yes, I'm sure you can
I know.
Get good business advice, but get multiple sources of business advice.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
What's good for the goose mightn't be good for the gander. So what is right for one type of business mightn't be right for another. So get plenty of different sources of business advice and just use a bit of common sense and a bit of tact to work out what's going to be best for you and what for your business. Truly understand your market.
Yes. Research.
Yeah. You look at shopping centres or supermarkets. You've got Tesco's, you've got Lidl, you've got Marx's, you've got Sainsbury's, you've got Asda. All incredibly successful. Much to do the same thing, but there's people who only shop in M&S, there's people who only shop in Tesco's, people only shop in Sainsbury's, and all of it would be down to the price. But generally, apart from Marx's, they're all sort of the same. There's a reason why people shop in different. Is it the brand colours? What is the attraction? What is the draw? For me, whenever I designed the logo for Lighthouse and picked the name, I did a lot of research in the colours. And your blue and greys that I picked were specifically picked. They weren't just a win. They were specifically picked because of what those colours do.
Yeah, there's
a theory behind it. Lighthouse Dental Company, LDC. It's easy to understand. It's a 3-name business, which can be abbreviated. KFC, massive. You know, it's that goes down to that 3-letter abbreviation of a business that makes it massive.
Yeah.
Even picking the Lighthouse, I have a big lighthouse tattoo in my arm, but that's been there 15 years. The lighthouse, it's not people like, a lighthouse shows danger. So a lighthouse does show danger, but what is it showing you? It's guiding you to a better place. It's guiding you to a better service, which is what our tagline is. So everything has, the amount of research that went into the logo and even the market materials. I've my own heart broke because I designed something 25 times. I don't use a marketing company. I do all the design work myself. I do everything myself. Even the logo, the font, the branding, everything has to be right. So make sure you do your research into things like that, because there's a reason why people like different companies and why it appeals to them. Make pushing your business and pushing yourself to be an absolute normality. Has to be. It has to be. If you at the moment you're working a 9 to 5 and from 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock, you have other priorities and you're busy. That's not going to
You're
work.
not starting a business.
You're not starting a business. You need to sacrifice, whether that's your spending, that's your personal time. You can't have success and time.
No.
Pick what you want. If you want to have more time, don't start a business unless you're a sole trader where you can work around you. If you want success, you're giving up time. You can't have both things.
It's a hustle, sweetheart.
It's a hustle. It really is. It would be sacrifice. Try to make it enjoyable, because you only get one rattle at this, essentially. Depending on how you feel about life, you potentially get one rattle at it, so you may as well have a bit of fun on the way. Negotiate. Whether it's software, buying equipment, or whatever it is, even a supplier of your computers.
And don't be scared to have an awkward conversation.
I get comfortable with being awkward. Get comfortable with making eye contact with someone and something that you generally would shy away from. Never be rude. I hate rudeness.
Oh, I hate rudeness.
You're never going to understand market enough. There's always more you can learn about how to market your brand and your business. It's so important. So they would probably be my top ones.
I think that's fantastic advice.
Yeah.
I've that's been brilliant advice for me, and brilliant advice for all of our listeners and for anybody who wants to start a business.
I'm not an expert, but if anyone wants, if I can help anybody, I will. I thrive on help, because I get good help. I thrive on helping people. I'm not amazing at this. I'm muddling my way through it. I'm faking it till I make it. But I'm doing okay. And there's people out there that are phenomenal business mentors that I have access to. I don't agree with everything they say, but if I can help anyone on the way, I'll be delighted. And there's enough there for us all to do incredibly well.
Exactly. There really is. And finally, what's next? What's next for Jack McHugh, Jack Mac? What's on the horizon for you and Lighthouse as we move through the rest of 2025?
I suppose growth. I suppose what every business sort of wants to see is growth. Not just the growth of the company, but the growth of our reputation in the industry. More engineers, more good engineers. I'm very fortunate with what I have at the moment, but I want to grow it to a point where it's still manageable. We don't become that next corporate monster that doesn't order parts, doesn't care, doesn't overcharges, doesn't look at the little guy. That's not us. No. That's why I started the business. We are the little guy. We want to work with the little guy. We have a lot of good talents there. We provide the building works. We provide the surgery design. We provide the best of the best equipment, best of the engineering. So just to showcase that, continue improving ourselves and our skill level, continue to learn, continue to do more qualifications and everything like that. And your reputation is vitally important. So being good at something's lovely. Being great at something it's uncommon. So that's what we want, and that's what we feel we can provide. A service that's honest, that's trustworthy, that doesn't cost the earth. A great service for a fair price. That's all we're about. And it's working.
I love that.
It's really working.
That's brilliant. Jack, thank you so much, so much for being part of the Conversations with Dental Friends today. I think this has been such a brilliant conversation, not just from an engineering perspective, but really about starting a business, and so many takeaways for our dental listeners. And I, of course, will be linking all of Jack's socials and his LinkedIn, and I know that Jack's really approachable and he really genuinely means it when he says he will help you out. So thank you so much for being a part of my podcast today.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Excellent. You're welcome. That was such a great conversation. Honestly, there was so much to take away from that episode, from the reality of starting a business to the mindset shifts that come with that, and of course, the exciting vision behind Lighthouse Dental Company. It's clear Jack's building something seriously forward-thinking. If you want to stay in the loop with what he's up to, I've linked Jack's LinkedIn and Instagram in the show notes, so if you're not already, go give him a follow and show some support. And if you enjoyed this episode, first of all, thank you. It really means a lot. Don't forget to hit follow, rate, or leave a quick review. It helps massively, and it means you won't miss any upcoming episodes. And hey, if you've got a friend in dentistry who's been thinking about starting their own practice or side project, send this their way. It might be the exact motivation that they need. You can find us on Instagram at Conversations with Dental Friends. I'm over there at Homegirl Hygienist. Come say hi, let me know what you thought of this episode and if you'd like more business-focused content like this. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you next week with another episode.